My name is Scott.
And my name is Una.
And we are academic directors here at Swoosh English. And we just wanted to take a bit of time today to talk about a really exciting development from OET themselves. OET, from as early as next month, even though the details are still to be confirmed, hope to be running an online OET test, the official test where you get scored and get your results from home, known as OET at home. So I want to say one more time, completely online and done from the comfort of your own home.
Yeah, it's super exciting news, especially, of course, during this time with the COVID-19 pandemic. And it really does come at a good time when a lot of us are wondering, when are we going to be able to take our OET exam? A lot of you guys are wondering this right now. What mode will we be taking the exam in? So this is really big news. And basically today we're just going to spend a bit of time with you, go through some of the questions that you might have about perhaps the format of the exam, if you do it at home, and what exactly it involves. So shall we get into it?
Let's get into it. We just want to say first and foremost as well that a lot of this information is just really, really fresh. OET only announced 2 days ago that they're doing this exam. So it's best, obviously, for you guys to keep on top of things at the official OET website at www.occupationalenglishTest.org. We at Swoosh, of course, want to keep you informed as well, so we'll do our best to say how things are as they currently stand.
That is such a good point to make, Scott, because a lot of the answers we just don't have yet. You know, a lot of the things it's still coming out, and OET are running a computer-based trial in late June. So they'll really have more information then as to how this is going to proceed, how this is going to go forward.
So essentially,
it's exciting news.
Yeah, essentially stay tuned. So the first question that there is when will this test be available? Now,
as I said, the trial is late June for the computer-based one. So then I guess they're going to know more after that, So we're looking at perhaps late June, but July at the earliest, I would say.
So.
Yeah, but again, no confirmation on that one. Yeah. We're going to have to keep our eyes and ears peeled on the OET website.
So fingers crossed that it will be available late June so you guys can get your OET test passed. So another question is, will OET stop doing paper-based testing, and will the online test be the only option? Well, ideally, no. So, of course, if everything progresses the way it is, and OET are able to open up obviously in different countries, there'll be different regulations, open up the exam-based test centers, then the paper-based test will resume, and maybe the computer-based test, as well as OET at home, will progress alongside it. But right now, nothing is certain. So, of course, at some point, the OET paper-based test will be available again, maybe run alongside things. So maybe at some point you have the option of doing any three of the options, the home-based test, the online test, or the exam center-based test where you do the paper version.
Yeah, and that is obviously all dependent on government regulations in relation to when, lockdown is over, and it will vary in relation to all different countries as well. So yeah, but of course there you will, if you're thinking to yourself, I don't want to do the test from home on a computer, maybe you're panicking, you don't have to. You can wait, and the paper-based test or a test that you actually do in the OET center will be available again when, the coronavirus pandemic begins to calm down and life begins to come back up again.
Precisely. Another big question. How will a computer-based test be different to the paper-based test? Now, there will be some notable differences, such as you have to complete the exercises online. So you'll have to type out your letters via a word processing software rather than hand write them. So that might be slightly different. But apart from that, everything else is the same. The timings are the same. The exercises are the same. The format is the same as well. A key difference would be the OET speaking subsection, in which, of course, in the OET's test center, you would do it live in front of an interlocutor.
Face-to-face with an interlocutor, yes. Whereas now with the OET at home, it would, of course, be over live video conferencing. So you're still going to be talking to a human, an interlocutor, but it's just going to be over a video conferencing software. So, apart from that, there's going to be no difference to the test. You're going to be doing the same tasks, the same letter writing, the same style of case note, the same 2 role plays, and the same reading and listening tasks. So you don't have to worry about any change there. It's going to be the same if you've already started studying and this is perhaps what you're going to end up doing. not going to be any big difference.
Yeah.
But I suppose one of the big thing is how can you really prepare yourself, for moving from that paper-based style onto a computer-based style test. And of course, if you're already one of our Swoosh English students, then you will likely have been doing this. If you're doing our mock exams on our platform, you're going to be doing your reading and listening exams on a computer. So you're going to be in a really good position, to have practiced doing that. And it, as I say, it's going to put you in a really good position if you end up doing OET at home. What do you think?
I agree. So if you are preparing online with us at Swoosh English or another OET provider, then you're going to be at an advantage because you're going to be completing your letters online, using the screen to complete your reading and listening sections as well. So maybe it might be advantageous for you to actually match online preparation and the online exam itself. So
exactly, and you're also perhaps writing out your letters by typing out your letters. A lot of our students are typing out their letters to then submit them online to our teachers to correct. So that is going to be really good for you. You're not going to have to maybe go away now and actually practice writing it by hand. So really, and that's really good.
I also want to emphasize one more point as well, another FAQ. So you're going to hear about OET at home and the computer-based test as well. So you think, how are they different? Well, essentially, the computer-based tests would also be done at an exam center, but instead of handwriting everything, you would do it on a computer. So it's done in a test center, whereas OET at home is also computer-based, but it's done at home using your computer and using the software, whatever software OET decide to use for your computer. So of course, the computer-based exam has been in the pipeline for a long time for OET, but it's currently not available because test centers are closed, whereas OET is done from home, also using a computer.
Yes.
So another key question, how often will the computer-based test and OET home run? Now, of course, that isn't certain right now. OET are still to hammer out all the details for their paper-based exams when they resume, and the computer-based exam whenever that starts, as well as OET home itself. So of course, there was one test running per month, and they obviously want to increase that into maybe 2 tests a month at some point. But of course, this is all to be confirmed. Please keep yourself posted and keep yourself up to date with what OET say. We'll of course try our best to keep you guys up to date as well. So the short answer right now is as many as possible.
It's initially going to run once a month at least, as said by OET, and then perhaps or alongside the computer-based one that's run in test centers, or then perhaps on an alternative Sunday. So that's what they're talking about at the minute. But keep in tune, I guess. Keep tuned in and we'll see how that develops, definitely. So how will the speaking test work? Well, we've covered that a little bit, but basically with OET at home, where you're sat on your own chair, the comfort of your own home, that will be still 2 role plays with an interlocutor via video, live video conferencing, okay? So the only difference is that it isn't face-to-face, but and again, as we said, Swoosh English students, if you've already been practicing and studying online, you're going to be in a really comfortable position for that as well, because perhaps you've been attending speaking mock exam classes where that is exactly what you do. You're communicating, taking part in the role plays with one of our OET teachers and, doing it over video conferencing software like Zoom. You're going to be in a really comfortable, great position if you end up doing OET at home as well.
Fantastic.
So what about how much will it cost? Will there be any difference to the price?
So far, OET haven't actually officially stated anything, but they have said themselves that they do not envision the price of the exam to actually change because of the costs of the software and actually hiring staff to run the software, interlocutors, invigilators as well. So there isn't going to be any change necessarily, but then again, you will save money from having to fly or other commuting costs to your test center as well. So of course, they want to be able to test as many candidates as possible because there's going to be a backlog because of the recent outages due to the current coronavirus epidemic itself.
And just to reiterate, guys, I know a lot of you, we've stated this already, but let's state it again, because some of the FAQs are, will the test format change? And I really do envisage students having that question a lot, because you've been studying the current format and you're thinking, oh, will anything change? Do I need to start preparing for different tasks? No, okay? It's going to be the same format and it's not going to be easier or harder. It's just going to be the same, okay? So you don't need to freak out about that.
Just done via a computer rather than done handwritten. So the same format, And also not any easier or not any more difficult necessarily.
And of course, doing it on a computer, it's going to change maybe things up a little bit. But the thing that you really need to do just for that is make sure that you put yourself in a position where you've actually practiced doing a mock exam on a computer, And as I keep saying, lots of you studying with Swoosh already are going to be in the position where you've been doing that anyway.
Yeah.
So you can really assess yourself, would I feel comfortable and confident taking the test on a computer, or would I rather wait until I'm able to go into the venue again and do a paper-based version? It's up to you. You have to assess it.
That's something you have to weigh up. Would I rather be able to do the exam quicker, but not 100% comfortable with the format? But as Una has said, you will be at an advantage for doing your preparation online. So yeah, take advantage of that.
Mm-hmm.
So another great question is: will it be available to all professions? The good news is that, of course, our students at Swoosh English are doctors and nurses. They are the two professions which will be available from the very beginning. And OET themselves want to make it available to all current healthcare professions, but nursing and medicine will be the priority. So as soon as it's live, you guys can sit the test online.
Very good. Yeah. So of course we have other students as well from other professions. So yes, it will be available over time to all 12 professions which OET covers. So very good. So will there be any changes to assessment? Will candidates have access? No. So it's not going to have any change to assessment. It's going to be going through the same process in relation to how the test was marked before. Okay. What other questions should we go through here?
So another good question is it accepted by all exam bodies? Is it accepted by all providers and all regulators? So of course, this is once again an ever-changing situation, but OET themselves want to make this an official test that works the exact same way as the paper-based test. So ideally, yes, but more to be confirmed.
Yes, working closely with all healthcare regulators to get them to accept results from the computer-based OET, whether you do it in centre on the computer or in the comfort of your own home. So of course, we'll let you know as soon as possible, again, through the OET website. And how can I book my test? So of course, you'll be able to book your test online. And when it's open for bookings, we at Swoosh will certainly let you know. And when OET let us know and let all of us know, we'll keep you posted. But yeah, so there's no official dates yet, of course, since the exam hasn't started, but it's all dependent on, particularly with the paper-based test, all dependent on, coronavirus and when the pandemic, I guess, everything starts to open up again.
Yeah, whenever that is, hopefully as soon as possible. So another question that we have is, will it be available all over the world? So ideally, yes, but as we constantly say, this information is very, very, very new, and OET are still working out the finer details. So ideally, OET have said themselves they want to make it available as widespread as possible, but that is something still to be confirmed. So make sure you check OET near the time, and if the test becomes available, that you can sit it in your location and in your country.
Yeah, you want to make it as widely available as possible, of course. So do I need to prepare differently for the computer-based test? So I guess this has already been answered already, in the sense that no, because the tests, wherever you take them, whatever format you take them in, have the same format, the same task timings, and the same level of English assessed. So ultimately, your assessment and your practice that you go through, it doesn't need to change. You simply need to do what you've been doing. But the only thing is, make sure that you try and do tasks and do the mock exams on a computer, just to test your skills in relation to answering on a computer and typing on a computer.
Fantastic. So, a few technical questions now. What if I don't have a PC or a desktop computer or a laptop and I want to take the test on my phone? No, the option is only for you to be able to take your test on a laptop computer or a PC. So make sure that if you do take the test, that you do have a PC that you can use. A second question that we have as well is, what if I don't have a working microphone or a working webcam? Well, those, of course, are essential for the speaking test, as well as possibly other elements of the test. We're not sure. So you will need to have a webcam and dedicated mic so that the interlocutor can, of course, hear you and see you in the test too. So make sure that you do, even though most modern PCs will have a webcam and a microphone.
Yeah. I think one really interesting question as well is, how long will it take for results to be released? And of course, Initially, it will probably stick to, OET have said themselves, stick to the same results release schedule. Got a little tongue twisted there. But a computer-based test does naturally leave, the opportunity to perhaps shorten the release time of results. So that will be really interesting to see how that develops, in the future. Will you possibly be able to get the results for your OET exam a lot quicker, and not have that painful period that you have to wait in order to receive your results and know if you've passed the exam and are now able to proceed with moving to the country of your dreams. So yeah, we will see going forward if computer-based testing will reduce the amount of time you have to wait.
Fantastic. So 2 final FAQs I want to go through are, will it be scored the same way as the paper-based test? Well, as we've said before, it is essentially the exact same exam. It's not different in the format, just how it's being carried out. So it will also be assessed the exact same way, the same scoring criteria, and also the same format too. And finally, who will mark the OET test? Well, there's going to be no difference there as well. It's still going to be assessed by the highly trained official OET exam providers themselves and assessors themselves. Yeah. So it'll be the exact same way. And as Una said, it might be done even quicker.
Yeah. Interesting. So it's all of these developments are interesting and moving at a fast pace. So I'm sure there'll be more news coming out, and we will let you know, of course, as and when we hear it.
So that's great to hear. So I think we could just possibly ask a rhetorical question: how can you best prepare for your OET examination? So of course, we want to say that we at Swoosh English are in a great position to get you the OET result that you need. If the exam is being done online via OET Home, then why not come and check us out for our mock exams, our official live classes, our writing feedback, and our video courses, so that you can get the results that you need for your OET exam to perfectly complement the test that is being done. So come over and check us out at www.swooshenglish.com and check out the many packages that we have to get you the 4 Bs or the 3 Bs and a C+ if you're a nurse in the UK, the result that you want and need.
Yes, definitely. We really want to help you achieve your dreams, guys. So come on over and we'll help you out.
And remember to, of course, check out OET themselves at www.occupationalenglishTest.org to stay up to date with all this information as it is released. And of course, we at Swoosh English will be happy to keep you informed as best as we can too, regardless if you are a current student or a prospective student.
Absolutely. We are keeping an eye on all of it and we will let you know. So guys, I hope you really got some good answers here today. If you were wondering about any of these questions, and of course you can see a lot of information as well on the OET website, but yes, we will keep you posted. So thanks for listening today, guys, from Scott and myself. We'll say bye for now, and I'm sure you will see us again very soon.
Take care, everyone. Bye.